Hello, and a very warm welcome. Season ratings for the 2023 season. All drivers covered as we rate them out of 10 for their season. This could be an interesting one. Yeah, season ratings, just like driver ratings, but for the season. Let's jump straight into it. Red Bull. Max, 10. 10, 10, 10. How can it not be 10? We will cover a high and a low for each driver. Is high, well, where do you start? Three-time champion, 1,000 laps led, 19 wins, the most dominant season ever, and 2023 will always be known as the Max season. This guy can achieve anything he wants in this sport. His low, I would say, was Singapore. Singapore is the only low I could really find for Max because, that's the only race Red Bull failed to win. Sergio Perez, 2. His high was definitely the wins at Saudi Arabia and Baku. His low, I would say, Mexico, where he crashed on lap 1, got too excited. And he gets second in the drivers. But miles off Max. Lucky to keep his seat in 2024. He's been abysmal. There's no getting away from it. He's absolutely miles off Max. I think it was 290. So, Sergio Perez, really poor season. Really poor. To get 2 wins in a dominant car like that, Red Bull, not good. Charles Leclerc, 8. His highs was a lot of pole positions. He's superb over one lap, is Charles Leclerc. Probably one of the fastest out there. I would say his low was the crash on the formation lap at Brazil. He came 5th in the drivers, 206. It was actually looking like Carlos was going to beat him. He's a champion in the making. He just needs the car. He had a very strong end to the season, Charles. Carlos Sainz, 7. His high was the champion's drive at Singapore. He is basically the only non-Red Bull guy to win. I would say low was not his fault, but it had to be that Vegas bullshit penalty where he ran over a drain. He got a penalty for it. Carlos was really poor in the last 2 rounds. He finished 7th in the drivers with 200 points. He did manage 3 podiums in the season though. But he should have beat Leclerc this season. Aston Martin, Fernando Alonso, 9. Wow. 42 years of age, still performing like a 22-year-old. Wow, what a start to the season he had. He was reeling podiums off like a slot machine. 8 podiums, started the season mega. They fell off, but Alonso, he was absolutely superb. Where do you pick a high for Alonso? 8 podiums. Brazil, where he drove like an absolute warrior. The low, I would say no win. Like Fernando Alonso, they got close on a couple of occasions, but still, he's on that barren spell, isn't he? Not won a race since 2013. Finished 4th in the drivers, 206 points. Wow, what a season, Fernando Alonso. Arguably driver of the season, if Max wasn't there. Lance Stroll, 2. Now, Lance Stroll's high is Bahrain, where he basically was injured and he got P6. Injured his hand. His low has to be no podium. Fernando Alonso has 8 podiums. Stroll didn't get 1, and he's 132 off Alonso. Short answers all season long. Look very depressed. Lance Stroll, wow, it's got to be 2, unfortunately. Lewis Hamilton, 8. He needed a response. He's basically showed that response. His high, I would say, was Hungary, his pole position. His low, first lap in Qatar when he took out George, basically. We needed a response. He responded. He's beaten George comfortably. He finished 3rd in the drivers, 234 points. Good season for Lewis Hamilton. George Russell, 1. And 1's been kind. Biggest disappointment in 2023, the male model. Really poor, really poor. He beat Lewis Hamilton and then he puts in a season like this. Nowhere near good enough. And Russell, Honestly, we're on the back of that season. I'm safe to say he really should be ashamed of his season. Really bad. His high, I was struggling to find a high. He was good in Singapore qualifying and Abu Dhabi securing P2 for the team, but his low has to be Singapore. Singapore, he should have won the race. And this is a theme with George Russell all season. He kept bottling it, bottling it, bottling it. Canada is another one. And you can go on and on. But he had the win at Singapore and he crashed on the last lap. Massive choke. George Russell needs to respond in 2024. Biggest disappointment for me. On to McLaren. Wow, what a turnaround this team made. Lando Norris, 9. Superb. 7 podiums. Fighting at the front. McLaren were dog shit. We wanted to scrap the car. They've turned it around. And what a turnaround. Wow, Norris. I say his low was the crash in Vegas. And he's still yet to win a race. 6 in the drivers, and yeah, he carried McLaren on his back. Yeah, you know my thoughts on Norris, but I'm not biased. 9. Yeah, I don't think anyone warrants a 10, bar Max, but yeah, 9's high. Oscar Piastri, 8. A great rookie season. Oscar's high was the sprint win in Qatar. He was also very good at Spa. His low is tyre wear. He really needs to improve on his tyre wear for 2024. Finished 108 off Norris, but yeah, the future's bright for Oscar, and I've put it out there. I think he'll be the next McLaren winner. Porntash, Valtteri Bottas, 1. His high was Qatar and Bahrain with points, like finishing in the points, but the pace all year was the low. Alpha, really poor. 15th in the drivers, 10 points. Bottas lucky to keep his seat. Steady Eddie, Guan Yu Zhou, 0. The hardest guy to mark. Driver ratings, season ratings. Steady Eddie, that's his new name. His high is qualifying 5th at Hungary, but also his low is Hungary, when he's basically got the worst start possible and hit everyone in turn 1. Yeah, very lucky to keep the seats, these two. Esteban Ocon, 6. His high was Monaco. He finished on the podium. I totally forgot about that. His low, I would say, losing to Gasly. He beat Alonso last season. Gasly's come in first season. He's done him. 12th in the drivers with 58 points. Gasly, 7. A very strong first season at Alpine. His high is obviously the podium at Zandvoort. He beat Ocon in his first year. His low was the crash with teammate in Australia on the restart. But yeah, he beats Ocon. Liam the Lesbian Lawson, 9. Wow, he came in for Daniel Ricciardo and did a superb job. And it's criminal that he didn't get rewarded, really. His high, Singapore, made Q3 for the first time, probably. Finished 9th. His low, no drive in 2024. He did amazing filling in for Ricciardo. He should be on the grid next year. Nick de Vries, 0. It has to be 0, really. I mean, what can you say? His high was Monaco, his best quality, his best result, but he got sacked mid-season, so it's got to be 0. Whoa, 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 whoa. I've got Yuki down as 10. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's happening here? No, I haven't given Tsunoda 10. That's from Abu Dhabi. Right. Yeah, apologies for that. Right. 1'1". Where is he on the list? 8. His high was probably Abu Dhabi. He was absolutely superb. Driver of the weekend. He was superb. His low, I thought, was Las Vegas. Yuki was dreadful in Las Vegas. Really poor. But yeah, he's almost carried AlphaTauri on his back this season. So yeah. Daniel Ricciardo, 5. He replaced the sacked Nick de Vries. His high, getting another chance. Mexico was strong, finishing 7th. His low was the crash at Zandvoort, which put him out for a couple of races. Kevin Magnussen, 0. Really poor by Kevin Magnussen. His high was the quali at Singapore P6. Singapore weekend in general was good. But Kevin Magnussen, wow. He got destroyed by Hulkenberg. And again, lucky to keep his seat. Hulkenberg 6. Beat Magnussen, Australia 6 points. He also had a good sprint at Austria. His low was really the race pace, the tyre wear for Haas. But a solid return by Hulkenberg. Alex Albon 9. His high was definitely Canada, where he finished P7. Outstanding. And he outqualified his teammate all season. So you got to give him props for that. His low, I was trying to find a low for Albon. I would say big crash at Australia. Finishes 13th, 27 points. He scored 27 out of 28 points for Williams. Yeah. Last but not least, Logan Sargent, 0-0-0. Honestly, this guy was easily the worst driver of the season. And if he keeps his seat, I'll be going nuclear. His high was obviously Austin, where he scored 1 point, but he didn't score it on merit. Had to be 2 disqualifications. Yeah, really poor. He scored 1 point for the team, cost the team loads in damages, outqualified all year, lots of crashes, out of his depth at this level. He should be put in the bin pronto. So there we have it, season ratings for the 2023 season. Comment down below your thoughts. Been a long video this, but obviously I've got more drivers to cover. So yeah, that will not be the end of F1 videos. We will do season awards. We'll probably be doing a Logan Sargent rant. Thanks for the support all season. Adios. Comment down below your ratings.